Hello guys, Joe with BitRaged. Apologize for the lack of content here over the last couple days. Both of us have been traveling. We actually been in Florida on business. We're back now and content will pick up from here. But Bitcoin is in an interesting state. The pattern is becoming clearer and we know now that we're in the corrective phase. We know now that Bitcoin is respecting a clear pattern. So we start here on the weekly. You can see we had a very impulsive candle there, and it closed very impulsive on the weekly chart. But over the last day or so, couple days, it's been quite corrective. And so I wanted to show you a couple variables, a couple scenarios that I see for Bitcoin. So jumping down to the daily chart, we can see we've had several days of just selling. Now it's starting to build a correction, and if you jump down to lower time frames, you can see this corrective move even better. But what we're looking for here, and we talked about this pattern in the live stream, the possibility to have this bigger bear flag continuation. At this stage, we know that is the pattern that Bitcoin is respecting. We know that we're in the corrective phase. So what does that mean? That means that we can anticipate what will happen next. So with this correction here, what we're looking for is we're looking to see just corrective nature down to the trend line like this. That would give us the buy. We'd be looking to take this back up to here, get a third touch on the trend line, and then see the sell. So why would we be looking for a third touch? What is the significance of that? The pattern is complete at the third touch. If you backtest this, you'll see that many times the pattern will sell, and it will sell or buy aggressively at the third touch. So it is possible that it just sells straight from here and then breaks the pattern, because we have two clear touches. We know this is the pattern. It's possible. So if we look down at a 4-hour chart, it becomes a little bit clearer. All right, so here on the 4-hour, we can see, we've had some corrective descending nature. We have this big impulsive red candle, and now we see just more of a correction. So from here, what would we be looking for? We have this descending pattern here. We have this descending pattern, and so what this gives us here is very important. We're at a double top area here. If we start to get descending corrective nature right here on the trend line, I'd be looking to take that as a buy. It doesn't have to go all the way to the trend line here to take as a buy, but I'd also be ready and prepared for a rejection here and then a sell straight down to here, combined with either corrective nature or a rejection candle. That would give me the indication, okay, this is going to be the long that we're looking for. So what kind of rejection are we looking at? If we get something very similar to this here or this here, that is going to be very, very good as a rejection to take to the upside. Now, I wanted to mention one other thing. We had this pattern here that we talked about. This is a descending pattern, right? And you could take this as this is the impulse, this is the flag, the bull flag, to take to the upside. But what happens? It sells. Because it sells out of that pattern, and now we're just moving correctively. Because of that knowledge, it is possible, and the potential is there, that we get this kind of pattern. So we could drop a little bit lower than the trend line, right? Than this trend line here. That would evolve. We'd get a touch here at the bottom on this pattern, see this buy, then get a rejection here or even straight through it. If we do get a rejection here, we'd be looking at another touch here to then take to the upside. If we get a rejection here, that's going to be a very clear pattern to take. So currently what we have is we have a big bear flag to the downside, but within that pattern we have this corrective nature and the potential for this bull flag pattern to play out even just to here. To get that sell, a sell from here is going to be very aggressive. So that's what we're looking at. Currently, we're either looking to see, okay, do we get a rejection in this area? Do we get a rejection here? Or do we get just corrective nature here on the trend line and then get the buy straight out of here? Maybe we reject here, sell back to here, get a buy, and then move back up, break the pattern, and go all the way to the high to then sell. That is the kind of detailed analysis you need to get into. If this does X, what else can it do? What other patterns, what other structures can the market give me? And at the current point, that's what we're looking at as potential as possible. So we're getting very close. If we do get corrective nature or a rejection here on the trend line or even on the pattern, I'd be looking to take that as a long. Now, what would give me a sell setup? What would give me the indication, okay, this is going early, this pattern is not playing out, and we're just going to get the sell straight through? What would give me the indication of that? Well, obviously, if we do get a sell from here and then we don't get any corrective nature, we don't get any rejection at all, then this pattern is playing out to the downside, it's playing out early. But if we do sell out to here, let's say, and get a correction right on the trend line, we've seen this happen. We could get that sell. Bear in mind that if we do get a flag here, we have to be aware this pattern is here, and we could potentially reject here and then go back to the upside. But what would give me that sell setup is just a flag here on the trend line. I'd be looking to take that. Even if it's just to here, that's totally fine. But if it does break and go, that is a position that I'd want to be in. But right now, I'm looking at Bitcoin for a potential long. It's looking very good. It's very close to that happening. So keep an eye on it. If we do get a rejection here, that is going to be very, very good. If we do get the sell setup and we take that as a sell and this pattern plays out early, that's totally fine. I'm happy to take it either way. Just remain neutral. At the current time, it's looking more like a long, but keep in mind that if we do get that flag, if we do get a clear continuation pattern or an impulsive break through this bigger pattern, then we're going to start looking for sells, because now we know, okay, this bigger pattern is playing out and it's playing out early. But that's pretty much it. That's what I'm looking at here on Tuesday. So keep this on your watch list. Watch this closely and see what kind of pattern we get, see what kind of structure we get, see what kind of rejection we get. But this is the pattern that we're looking at currently to play out. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have a question, you have a comment, you have a concern, leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to answer as many as possible. Take care now.